Hello, dear VIP. Thank you for your patience. Weeks are come right now with Tad. We'll see the optometrist for the double vision tomorrow, and I don't know if we'll get answers, but we should get some guidance. But I wanted to plunge into this training on all things macro, why we track, how strict do we need to be, what to do when you're sick or if you know you're having surgery coming up, life events that can interrupt all of your good intentions. But first, let's step back and talk about why we even track. It's to make sure we're getting the nutrients our body needs. At the end of the day, when you're counting macros, if you're in a fat loss goal, you're going to have lower calories, but we know it is more important to know where those calories are coming from than just counting your calories. You can have an 800 cup of Starbucks sweetened coffee, and it doesn't compare with the plates of whole food that you can eat with the nutrition that's going to feed your hormones and your cells. We focus on macronutrients, the proteins, the fats, the carbohydrates, and the fiber in mostly whole foods that help provide those micronutrients, which are your vitamins and your minerals. Many of us supplement because even with whole foods, it varies in nutrient content because of how old that carrot is, or that green bean is. How long has it been sitting there and under fluorescent light? They start losing some of their vitamins, especially your water-soluble vitamins like your vitamin C. The longer it sits, the more nutrients diminish. There are various health conditions that require more of different types of vitamins. For example, if you're going through your menopausal changes and you're experiencing hot flashes, you may discover that magnesium is going to become your best friend. It helps to keep it all calm. Something else that has been very helpful for me have been omegas. I was on lupus medicines, 3 different lupus medicines for almost 10 years, and 15 years ago was able to weed and get off because of the anti-inflammatory nature and properties of the omegas of the EPA. And I've been off of those medicines for 15 years now. So many of us are going to end up supplementing over the years, but be assured just by eating whole foods, most of the time you are getting a superior diet. We track our macros to lose fat or maintain your body weight. Yes, I have quite a few clients who are not looking to lose weight, but maintain weight and keep their health. In both of those cases, whether you're losing weight, looking to lose weight, or maintain your weight, when you are sticking to whole food, you are going to see healing to your hormones. It's going to bring down bring down inflammation, and you are, even if you're not in a calorie deficit, going to see body composition changes for the better, even if you're not trying to lose weight. When you hit your macros within 5 plus or minus consistently, your body starts losing fat in the belly and elsewhere, and your shape starts to change for the better. It's remarkable what the body does when it gets enough of the macros that it needs, especially that protein. How strict do you need to be with tracking? Well, it depends on your goals. What's your goal? If it's to have more energy, to lose fat, lift heavier, heal your hormones so you can sleep and have a better, healthier, more vibrant metabolism, then you're going to want to track more consistently. We track macros so we can begin to gauge and see what our eating habits should look like on our own without strict tracking all the time. You can track strictly for a time, and then you're feeling good. You feel like you have things a little under control there. Roll with the punches, especially when you're eating some of the same meals over and over again. You're able to guesstimate and keep within the guidelines of what your body needs. Stick to your whole foods, aim for that protein, but live life and don't track strictly for a time. If you start to feel crummy, less energy, more bloating, not sleeping as well, pants are getting tight, face is getting puffy, track. See where you are. Maybe you need more protein. Maybe you're not getting what you thought. Maybe you need more carbs. That happened to a friend of mine. She was hitting her protein, but low in carbs and achy and tired and sore. Friends, if you're lifting and you're exercising, and yes, walking counts as exercising, you need carbohydrates. Your muscles need them for their energy. Your body needs those healthy carbs, and your thyroid in particular is going to suffer if you're low carbing all the time. You don't need to be perfect, but be consistent and you'll see results. Now, if you have different life issues going on, like surgery, illness, stress, you may need to step back or step up your tracking. Let me explain. If you're sick, and that's a broad term, what sick, stomach bug, you're just hanging on for dear life until it passes and you could keep some fluids down. Fluids are always a priority, even over food, especially elderly and the children who can dehydrate quickly, but even for ourselves. When the worst passes, get hydration in. Add some electrolytes, coconut water, some, you've got minerals, sea salts, put one under your tongue. Stock or bone broth will give you nutrients and the hydration you need as you heal. Then start, when you're able to eat and keep something down, start what sounds good and is going to stay down. Some nice toast, maybe rice. Sometimes when you have a stomach bug, carbs are the first thing that you want that are going to stay down. I want to say this for illness, or if you're going even for surgery, this is not the time to go bonkers on junk food. Sugar will impair and weaken your immune system. Sugar is inflammatory and your body doesn't need that while you're healing. If you're craving sweets, get some fruit, a piece of dark chocolate, or let me say this, enjoy some high quality ice cream. Whether you've got the Ninja Creamy or an ice cream maker and you want to make it on your own, but high quality ice cream that has the full fat in it. It doesn't need as much sugar in it, like something like a Haagen-Dazs. The fat will slow down the sugar absorption, believe it or not. I am not saying eat a half a gallon. Moderation, friends, moderation. But a few scoops might help curb that sweet tooth, and so it doesn't derail you. You then want to start adding your protein back into your diet when you can, because it's healing for your body. Bone broth is great because 1 cup of bone broth has 9 grams of protein in it, and it can be easy on your stomach. Here's a little hint. You've got bones left from chicken, bones left from beef, or something that you're making. Put it in a Ziploc bag, freeze it. And when you have some time, put it in a pot with some onion, with some good sea salt in there, and boil it, make your bone broth, cool it, freeze it, so you have some in the freezer. It's great for adding to rice to boost up protein and nutrients and the minerals in your rice. It's just great to sip it. So as you heal, aim for more whole, good food. And when you're up to it, then you can start beginning tracking to make sure you're getting the nutrition and the nutrients you need for your overall health. If you know you're heading for surgery, track beforehand and make sure you're hitting your protein, healthy carbs, your fiber, and your hydration, because this is going to help you in your healing. Protein is going to help heal the bones and muscles. The carbs and fiber are going to help regulate your bowels so you have less issues post-op. If you're well hydrated, it helps when they need to find a vein for IVs. And for your overall health and recovery and flushing out the meds and the toxins from anesthesia and medications, it also, in pain medicine too, this all helps with bowel movements, which if you've ever had surgery, you realize, you know what a big deal the bowel movements are. So by doing these things beforehand, you're setting yourself up for a better recovery. So pre-op, track those macros, aim for more sleep. Both help lessen inflammation and will help with your healing process. Strength training will give you a leg up on healing. If you're not able to do it, then walk if you can. Movement is going to be your friend for bowel movements and for healing. It helps with your overall health. I give the same warning here with sugar as if you are sick. Go easy on it. You want to keep your immune system in top gear for your healing. Something else that can alter our diets, major life events. Happy things, sad things, a death in the family, a baby being born, family moving, family members being ill or hospitalized. These can throw everything out the window. But you don't have to have everything go out the window. It can be done. I know. I've personally lived through 2 major life events just in these last several months. When my husband was in ICU, my daughter and I were there around the clock last fall. And for a couple of days, we really weren't even eating. A dear friend came with a sandwich that was Italian bread with, it was Giovanni's. If you're from Bayonne, you know, with the chicken on it with some fresh mozzarella. Life-saving. It was wonderful. Something else that we then started doing, I told my daughter, I said, listen, we are going to get sick. We need to keep our energy up. We would make, for each of us in the morning, I would do 3 scrambled eggs made in butter with some cheddar cheese on 2 slices of sourdough bread. We would wrap it up and bring it with us, and we would eat that, eat half on our way there, and that other half was like our lunch dinner. It fortified us. Yes, high in fat. We would add some egg whites in some days. It was huge, but it gave us some protein, some fat, a little bit of carbs, and it kept us going. It was good. When my mom was in ICU, my kids from all over the country were coming. It was very precious. And my one daughter went down to Starbucks and came back with a bag full of things. I did not expect I was going to be eating any of it, but they had great eggs with meat in wraps. They had the little things that I make at home, the egg muffins, and you see them in the store too, made with egg whites and veggies and meats and cheese and everything. They were marvelous. You got some nice protein in, and you weren't eating potato chips. You were getting some good food. The one day that I was there, I went to the snack machine, and they actually had it wasn't chomps, but it was a beef stick or something like that. And I was like, oh, let me get that. That's something good I can be putting into my stomach. So, we weren't eating the muffins, but when you're in situations like that, look for protein options. It's out there in almost any restaurant. Even if you were at a McDonald's or Burger King, you could tell them, skip the roll. I don't want it on a roll. These restaurants, they all know how to deal with that. They know the customers that don't want the buns and everything. They can put it on lettuce for you, and fork and a knife, and you can eat it that way. And is it the best? No, but it's a good option in those situations. It's not perfect, but you can get some good and decent nutrition. And when things started slowing down for me, I was able to get back to increasing macros, increasing protein. Protein shakes are another wonderful thing you can make and take with you and have with you. It took me weeks, probably over a month, before I was even hitting macros. And it's a funny thing, I did not lose weight by under eating all those weeks. When I started eating and getting back to my macros that next month, that's when I started dropping some belly fat and the scale went down a little. So yeah, our lifestyle is, ladies and gentlemen, you need to eat to be able to lose that fat. The point of that all is you could still aim for whole foods. In most cases, it will help keep your energy level up. It will help your sleep and mental clarity, which is important, especially when you're in crisis mode. It's nice to be able to think clearly. For those of us who track to lose fat, remember, if you've been tracking for fat loss to lose weight, your macros are in a deficit. Makes sense. You ride that wave for as long as your body releases fat. But a day will come when your body and metabolism catches on and starts thinking, we are in a starvation mode here. And all of a sudden, your weight loss comes to a halt. You're no longer losing inches. Everything just freezes. It's okay. That's when you reach out to me and we talk. And I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to ask you, are you doing all the things? Are you hitting your macros consistently with whole food, plus or minus 5 grams for each of your macros? Are you hydrating each day? Are you getting movement in? Are you doing the intermittent fasting that's for your body? Remember, with the different health issues going on, not everyone is supposed to be fasting for 16 hours. Some of us are 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours. Are you doing that consistently? Are you aiming for decent sleep? If the answer is yes for these things and you've come to a standstill, then we work together to start increasing your macros slowly. And that will go on for a few weeks till we hit a point and you maintain that and you have to eat more for several months. for your body to adjust and your metabolism to realize it's safe, you're not starving, and your weight doesn't really fluctuate much. It just stays the same. You're in maintenance mode. And after several months, then we cut back again, and we just need to cut back a little, and you go back into fat loss mode. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll stay, our program is phenomenal. We have had a big clinical study that was done that shows it works. Trust the process. This is not guesswork, it's science. We get to eat well in a faster way. We get to move our bodies. We build muscle and strength and enjoy treats pretty regularly without messing anything up. Having a big event coming on, and that's something else that I love. You're traveling. When I started Faster Way for 6 months, the scale, everything, the inches were dropping. And I knew I was going to be going to Europe to see my Army son and his wife and his family, our grandchildren over there for 3 weeks. And I thought, what am I going to do? I'm going to gain it all back. And I remember my coach just telling me, no, enjoy yourself. You're not going to gain everything back. Aim for your protein. And that's what I did. I aimed for my protein when I was there. I wasn't always able to hit my macros. There were days I didn't track. I would enjoy a gelato. We were walking so much. I did not gain anything, and I enjoyed the whole time. We have a lovely phrase in Faster Way, memories over macros. So you've got special holidays coming up, special events coming up. Enjoy them. You don't need to track. Enjoy it. Have fun. I found that by tracking pretty consistently on all the ordinary days, I can enjoy those special times and treats and do just fine. We really have the best of all worlds. It's only going to be perfect when we get to heaven, girlfriends. So don't beat yourself up for being imperfect while you're here. You want to be consistent, not perfect, and you are going to see results. Please reach out with any thoughts or questions. You are all just such dears. You're a blessing to me. I want to be a blessing to you and help you. I want to help you to feel strong. I love that our clinical studies show that not only does our blood work improve, but that we gain muscle. Even if you're not strength training, you gain muscle doing Faster Way. All our friends doing the GLP-1s and doing other sorts of weight loss with extreme dieting and extreme measures, they are losing muscle. Friends, muscle is your longevity pill. I know our days are, God knows when my day is going to end. My goal is to enjoy it in His best health and movability and not be a burden on my family, and to be able to make memories with my family, to be able to do the things that God wants me to do, to be able to serve Him vigorously. That was one of my first whys. And to be able to do that until the Lord calls me home. And I want that for each of you. I want us all to age well, to live well, and to fulfill the purpose that God has for each of us. So reach out to me with any questions, any thoughts. If you think it's time for your macros to go into that maintenance mode, reach out. I will be more than happy to talk to you. God bless you, dear hearts. I will talk to you soon. I'm going to end it right here at under 19 minutes. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.